Happy Monday, everyone. So many new things today. Of course, we have a new letter in the backwards alphabet. That's I for I Like Me Day. But we also have a new number because of a new month, and a new author because of a new month, and a new milestone. That means we've reached a certain part of our distance learning that I think is pretty fabulous. So today is Monday, June 1st. It's our 50th day of distance learning, and we are beginning our 11th week. I also want to let you know we have less than 10 days of school left in this school year. So many new things. Let's get started on the letter I. Here we go. Remember, this is a review. We're doing the letter I. Now the letter I kind of starts away from the smiley face. It starts a little bit away, and then we cross and cross. Straight down, cross, and cross. And here's something you have to be aware of. Make sure that when you do your straight down, it's far enough away from the last one that when you do your cross, you can get a full cross in. Because you don't want to squish it too much. If you squish it too much, then you end up with a really stubby I. So down, cross, and then cross. Move over, down, cross, and then cross. Now, I'm probably crossing backwards. I didn't check this morning, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you're supposed to go like this and like this, or if you can go like this and like this. To be honest, I'm just not sure. Left-handers tend to pull the pen toward them. Right-handers tend to pull the pen toward them, but it makes the marks different when they do it. So straight down and either right to left or straight down and left to right. I'm really not sure. I think that kind of can be something that's up to you. Now, last week we were doing 9 of each letter, but since we started a new month, we're going to have to do a new number. We're going to have to do 10 of each letter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See, I was in such a habit of doing 9, I did 9. I'll do my last one. 10. Now for lower cases, totally easy. Straight line from the dotted line down, lift your pencil, and a dot. And this is the same thing I'm going to mention that I did with other dots. You want to make sure your dots are not too big, and you want to make sure your dots are not too small. You want to make sure that they are about the same size as the line you made, maybe a little bigger, just so they can be seen. And you also want to make sure that when you're doing eyes, that you give yourself enough space that they don't get too crowded. You see how crowded these two look? I just don't like them. I'm not going to count them. You want to make sure, oh, and I'm not, well, I'll tell you what. I'll just erase that gigantic dot, and I'll erase that baby dot, so I can count those. Now, I had plenty of room there, but you know I can't fit another one. I've got to go down to my next line. And I have to wonder, do you think I already have 10 eyes? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my goodness, I did extra eyes. And maybe that's because eyes are just so easy. Down, dot, down, dot, down, dot, down, dot. I could do those all day. Those are kind of a cute letter. Now usually on Mondays, what we do is we find our letter around the house. So this morning, I went looking for some good I words, and now I'm going to show them to you. You can see right here that I have an instrument. That's the same thing I used for the letter V, because the instrument's called a violin. But it's also an instrument. An instrument, it starts with the letter I. So this can be used for 2 letters, V for violin and I for instrument. I probably should put it away super careful. There we go. Now, I found something else. We have been writing every Friday on these special kinds of cards. They're called an index card. Index. So I've got index card. I've got 2 really good things I think you'll like. Ice, ice, and my favorite, ice cream. I found a couple other things too. I use this a lot when I want to make my fabric nice and smooth. It's an iron. Normally I would say don't touch this though, because when it's plugged in, this metal part gets super duper hot. And the last thing I found is something that we studied 2 months ago. Yeah, was it? Oh, I think it was last month actually. I found an insect. Do you see the caterpillar in there? Right now, my yard is full of caterpillars and butterflies. I'm really hoping to get a chrysalis later on. Don't worry, I'll put him back out in the garden when we're all done with this video. Those are what I found around my house that begin with the letter I. What can you find? Well, today's Monday, and every Monday I've been writing a letter to someone, like a teacher that I know, just to check in and say hi. I've been encouraging you guys to write letters to your teachers too, but today I'm going to change it a little bit. Today, I'm going to write a letter to me. Dear me. Since it's I Like Me Day, I should write a letter to myself. And in that letter, I'm going to write things that I like about me, things that I'm good at, things that I wish for, and people who help me be me. So, moms and dads, write down what your kids say. Let's see. I like my hair. I know it sounds silly, but I like how long it is. I like putting pretty colors in it. I like to brush it. It's something I like about me. I like my house. That's an adult thing. Adults really like where they live because they've helped make it the way it is. I am good at... Oh, and I want to stop here for a moment and just point out, my capital I's, I have not been making correctly. I haven't been putting the bars on them. So I'm going to get better at that and make sure that I put the bars on my capital I's. I am good at sewing and all kinds of art. I love art. I wish that, what's a wish I could give myself? I wish that, I wish that, boy, that's turning out to be tougher than I thought. I wish that I could be a teacher in my own classroom one day. You guys all know that I'm a substitute teacher and I do love helping your teachers out, but lately I've been thinking maybe it would be nice for me to get a classroom all to my own and work in that classroom every day. I did it a long time ago and I might be ready to do it again. So that's a wish for me. My family helps me be me. My family helps in lots of ways, and I could write a super long letter about all the things they do to help me, but I think I'll just leave it at that. Now, Super Preppies, you have to do the bottom. Love, Miss Mary. You write your name. Now, I know in the weekly happenings, Miss Doe was hoping that we would draw a picture of ourselves. So I'm going to draw a picture of me. First thing I'm going to draw is a circle and color it lightly in. Guess what that's going to be? It's more of an oval than a circle. That's going to be my face. And then I'm going to draw a purple shirt because today I am wearing a purple shirt. This almost looks like the same color as my shirt. That's kind of cool. Got my purple shirt. Wow, looks a lot like it. Okay, I'm wearing a tan pair of pants, so I will do this, which is just 2 rectangles that I put super close together. And then I need to go back to my skin color and draw my arms and my hands And I need to draw my legs and my feet. And I am missing my hair. Now today my hair is kind of pulled up in a ponytail, so I'll try to do that here too. And I have a purple ponytail holder. And then I have my hair coming out of the top. Now there's some yellow in my hair and there's some dark brown in my hair. I got all kinds of color in my hair. Sometimes you guys have even seen me with green and blue and purple in my hair. I don't have any right now though. So let's see, I'll stick some brown in my hair. There we go. Now what am I missing? Oh my goodness, of course, I'm missing my smile. So let me get a good red. Here's a good red. I'll put in my smile. There, am I done? Kind of not. I'm missing my eyes. Okay, so I'll put in a couple green eyes. Oh, I'm looking good. I think I'm done. I'm missing my nose, and I'm going to put a backwards L for my nose and some ears. I need some ears. Okay, well, now, Miss Mary, I'm going to put her, I don't like her floating in space. I'm going to draw a line so that she's standing on the ground, and I'm going to put some grass on the ground. Miss Mary is out in her yard. There we go. There we go. I got some grass in the yard, and because it's such a pretty day, I think I'll put some blue sky behind me, just super light, just a little bit. Remember guys, we're trying no scribble scrabble. Even though I'm going super fast here, I'm trying to make the pencil go where I want it to go and nowhere else. I'm trying to control it. Let's see. I'll put a sun up in the sky because I think today is going to be a sunny day. There's the sun rays coming out. And there's Miss Mary. Make sure if you do a good picture of yourself, like your teachers ask, that you send it in. They really would love to see it. We have a new month for calendar. We have June. June starts with the letter J, and there are 3 months that start with the letter J. January, June, and July. So we're in our second month that starts with J. All right, now it's time for, oh, you got, and you know your months of the year, and you know your days of the week, right? Are we gonna do the days of the week song? Days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week. There's Sunday and there's Monday, there's Tuesday and there's Wednesday, there's Thursday and there's Friday, and then there's Saturday. Days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week. Snap, snap. Even Chilla participated in that one. Now normally I'd have us do the pattern, but do you guys know the pattern yet? No. No pattern. Well, let's see the first part of the pattern. Our very first day. Today is Monday, so I'm going to stick this right on top of the octopus. I kept the octopus, by the way, because you guys are studying octopus either this week or next week in science, so I wanted to leave him up there. But you can see I took all the other artwork down because we're going to put new artwork up as we work in this month. So here's our very first day, and behind the number 1 you see ocean waves. Waves. Okay, that's our first part in our pattern. Do you know the whole pattern yet? Me neither. There's not enough information. That's okay. It's time for us to count. Super preppies, are you ready to count? Here we go. 1. Okay, we're done. Now, we're going to stop right there because we did write a letter, and usually on Mondays we don't do the full calendar. All right, so it's time for a story. Today we have a new author. We did, was it Mo Willems last month? And we did Eric Carle the month before. And to this month, it's Marcus Pfister. He's the man who wrote The Rainbow Fish. So every Monday and Tuesday, I'll have a different Marcus Pfister story for you. And this is his most famous, The Rainbow Fish. Oh, I love this one because if you see me tilt it, you'll see that they used glittery stuff inside the fish. A long way out in the deep blue sea there lived a fish. Not just an ordinary fish, but the most beautiful fish in the entire ocean. His scales were every shade of blue and green and purple, with sparkling silver scales among them. You can see, ooh, look you guys, I'm going to put it in the light. You see how it glitters? I like that. The other fish were amazed at his beauty. They called him Rainbow Fish. "Come on, Rainbow Fish," they would call. "Come and play with us." But Rainbow Fish would just glide past, proud and silent, and letting his scales shimmer. One day, a little blue fish followed after him. "Rainbow Fish," he called, "wait for me. Please give me one of your shiny scales. They are so wonderful, and you have so many." "You want me to give you one of my special scales? Who do you think you are?" cried the Rainbow Fish. "Get away from me." Shocked, the little blue fish swam away. He was so upset, he told all his friends what had happened. From then on, no one would have anything to do with the Rainbow Fish. They turned away when he swam by. People don't like it when you're not nice to them. And one way of dealing with it when you're not nice to them is just not to spend time with you. Another way is to be mean to you, and these fish chose not to be mean to Rainbow Fish. They just didn't want to play with him. What good were the dazzling, shimmering scales with no one to admire them? Now he was the loneliest fish in the entire ocean. One day he poured out his troubles to the starfish. Oh, we know that as a sea star. "I am really beautiful. Why doesn't anyone like me?" "I can't answer that for you," said the starfish. "But if you go beyond the coral reef to a deep cave, you will find the wise octopus. Maybe she can help you." Ooh, oh, this is scary. The Rainbow Fish found the cave. It was very dark inside, and he couldn't see anything. Then suddenly 2 eyes caught him in their glare, and the octopus emerged from the darkness. Can you guys see the octopus? There's the legs coming down in the darkness. Oh, they're very cool and creepy. I love the way this picture was done. "I have been waiting for you," said the octopus with a deep voice. "The waves have told me your story. This is my advice. Give a glittering scale to each of the other fish. You will no longer be the most beautiful fish in the sea, but you will discover how to be happy." Ooh, I wonder if Rainbow Fish takes his advice. "I can't," the Rainbow Fish started to say, but the octopus had already disappeared into a dark cloud of ink. Ooh, guys, I don't know if you can see that, but that is the word ink, and it begins with the letter I. "Give away my scales, my beautiful shining scales? Never. How could I ever be happy without them?" Suddenly, he felt the light touch of a fin. The little blue fish was back. "Rainbow Fish, please don't be angry. I just want one little scale." The Rainbow Fish wavered. Only one very, very small shimmery scale, he thought. Well, maybe I wouldn't miss just one. Carefully, the Rainbow Fish pulled out the smallest scale and gave it to the little fish. "Thank you! Thank you very much!" the little fish bubbled playfully as he tucked the shiny scale in among his blue ones. A rather peculiar feeling came over the Rainbow Fish. For a long time he watched the little blue fish swim back and forth with his new scale glittering in the water. The little blue fish whizzed through the ocean with his scale flashing, so it didn't take long before the Rainbow Fish was surrounded by the other fish. Everyone wanted a glittering scale. The Rainbow Fish shared his scales left and right, and the more he gave away, the more delighted he became. When the water around him filled with glimmering scales, at last he felt home among the other fish. Wow. You can see that they're all getting glitteries just like him. Finally, the Rainbow Fish had only one shining scale left. His most prized possessions had been given away. Yet he was very happy. "Come on, Rainbow Fish," they called. Come and play with us. Here I come, said the rainbow fish, and happy as a splash, he swam off to join his friends. There he goes, and at the end you can see he has one shimmering scale. But he's also smiling because he shared. I think that's a beautiful story. All right, guys, no more number 9s. Well, I can do one more 9 just for old memory's sake. But it's time for us to move on to a new number. And you guys are going to find that these bigger numbers take a little planning. The number 10 is actually 2 numbers. It's the number 1 and the number 0. But look what I did there. I put the 9, the 1, and the 0 at almost the same distance apart. And when they're super spread out, they look like individual numbers. If you combine them together, you get a larger number. So I'm going to take just the 1 and the 0 and I'm going to combine them together. Here's my 1. Lift my pencil. Now you have to be careful. I don't want to start the 0 over here because that would be way too far away. And I don't want to start it right here because that would be too close. So I have to find a space that's somewhat in the middle where I can come close to the 1 but not touch it. And once again, just like I did with the letter I really can't remember if you are supposed to go out and around and then come back in toward the 1, or if you start toward the 1 and go around. My apologies, parents. I just forget the motion. So, but either way, guys, if you're going toward the number 1, you want to make sure you don't touch it. And if you're going away from the number 1, when you come around, you want to make sure you're close, but you don't touch it. When they are together, they make the number 10. So right now I only have 2 10s and I need to make 10 10s. So let me do my 1 and my 0. Close but not touching. Now I want to give a good amount of space between my numbers so it doesn't end up looking like a super big number. So I'm going to start my 1 here so I know it's away from that 10. And I'm going to go around where I'm close to the 1, but I don't touch it. Give myself lots of space and go around. Give myself lots of space for the 1, and I'll try going around this way. Wow. Okay, so now I've made quite a lot of 10s. I really can't count this one, but I think if I move my 0 over, I can count it. Oh, good. Okay. See the difference? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 10s. I got to keep going. This is going to be my 8th 10, my 9th 10, and my 10th 10. Okay. Oh, let me put my numbers in. 8, 9, and 10. And so that's how you make 10s. I know you guys know about the number 1 and the number 0. I know you know about them because you've been writing them before. Well, maybe not 0 too much, but you still had practice. But putting numbers together to make a larger number takes a little practice. Make sure you're not too close. Whoa, that was just sloppy. Make sure you're not too close. Make sure you're not too far. And make sure that if you're writing more than 1 10, that you don't go like this. Oh my goodness. Or like this. Because those are really hard to see where 1 10 starts and another 10 ends. Make sure that when you're writing 2 of them, that there's a proper amount of space between each 10 so you can tell that's 10 and 10. This is a much larger number we call 1010. Because the numbers are so close together, it automatically makes an even larger number. So be careful when you're writing your 10s. Other than that, it's a pretty easy number to write. And that's all we have for 10. Happy 50 days of distance learning. So today for arts and crafts, I decided I would break out my glitter. Now, if you have glitter at home, moms, dads, older brothers, older sisters, and you're daring enough to do it, by all means, let them have glitter. Everyone deserves a little sparkle in their life. If you don't have glitter, find something that your kids really enjoy. Paints, Play-Doh, Legos, something, and have them fill up the number 50 with their favorite thing. So in order to get started, I drew 50 really big on just a regular sheet of paper. 50 days of distance learning, because I feel that's a pretty big milestone. And then obviously you're going to need some glue and you're going to need some glitter. Now, if you're going to use glitter, I'm going to show you some ways to save your sanity and try to keep your area as neat and clean as possible. You'll see that I snuck some extra papers under there, and there's a reason for that. All right, so I'm going to put glue in part of my 50. And then super preppies, this is the part you will like. You need a finger. And you want to put your finger in the glue, and smooth it out in your shape like I'm doing right here. Doesn't have to be perfect. I went outside the lines a little bit, and maybe a tissue paper to wipe off the glue. Now, choose a color, and I'm going to go with gold first and sprinkle it over. Super preppies, you can sprinkle, but try to keep it just over the glue. Now, the reason why I put different pieces of paper underneath is because then parents, or super preppies if mom says it's okay, you dump the glitter out. I want to make sure you get it all. And I'm going to tell you, take this sheet of paper with the gold glitter on it and put it aside. You want a fresh sheet of paper underneath for the next layer of glue. And quite frankly, that's just because later on today, when you go to put the glue away, moms and dads do this. You can take that sheet of paper, fold it, and pour it right back into the glitter, and make sure you get it all back into the container, because you'll find that if you keep them separate, you can keep the colors separate and you'll have less waste on the table. You can see I've already got some gold on the table, and I'll deal with that because I have one glitter container that's mixed glitter, and I know there'll be some that have been added to it later from other colors, and I'll just add that to my mixed container. So super preppies, it's time for you to put some more glitter on, and I'm going to go like this and get my finger back out. Now over by the gold, you want to be careful that you don't stick your finger in it, because otherwise the gold glitter will stick to you. And clean off my finger and grab another color. I think I will grab, this one's almost see-through. It's like white clear glitter. So I'm going to pour the glitter on. Whoops, I poured too much. No problem, that happens. I have another sheet underneath, and I'm going to dust off my glitter, try and get it all off from the rest of the paper. And I just have a bigger pile to put away this time. In fact, I think I'll just start putting them away as I use them. You can see that there's some gold on here from the other gluing, but there's not that much. If you shake it enough, you get it all out. Okay, looks like I got it all. I'll put my 50 back, and super preppies, I need some more fingers in glue. Alrighty, I'm going to put my finger down there and squish the glue around. Make sure I get the whole 50. There we go. Wipe my finger off, and I think I need some green. Now, parents, if you have stuff like this, you pour it. Don't let the kids pour it, because it will go everywhere and you'll get a huge pile of it. Okay. I've got a fresh paper underneath so I can pour it out and put it off to the side. And now I can take my fresh paper and pour it back into the glitter. This is really a project that takes both of you, moms and dads, to do the stuff where glitter can go everywhere, and kids to do just the fun stuff. Now, it's time to do my 0 for 50 has 5 and 0. Hey, just like 10 has 1 and 0. There's a lot of things similar. Need my finger. There we go. Time to clean off my finger, and I think I'll get out some purple glitter. Shake, shake, shake. Yeah, very rarely do preschool teachers get glitter out, and usually when we have really wonderful parent volunteers to help out with this, because it is such a labor-intensive thing. But glitter is just worth it sometimes, especially for celebrations. And I'm just so amazed that we have made it to 50 days of schooling at home. Now remember, the first 2 weeks, they really didn't send home a lot for preschoolers because the teachers had a 2-week time to prepare to teach. I'm still counting those because I actually did videos during those 2 weeks too. So you can go back through the archives and check out some of the other videos. Well, let's see. We'll put glue on the last of it and then we will be done. Well, glue and some silver glitter. All right, so this is my way of celebrating a great time at home with you guys. You really have made distance learning for me fun, and I can't thank you enough. So let me pour my last bit out. And let me pour my last bit back in. And then you'll see that when we're all done, if you really look at it, everyone fears glitter. But if you really look at my table, you will see that I have very little glitter still left on the table. And that can be swept right into the last paper I used off the table. And you'll see that, look, you know, with a little bit of prep and a little bit of patience, glitter's not that bad. And we ended up with a really cool sign. 50 days of distance learning. I'm so proud of you preppies, and I'm proud of you parents too. It's just been really cool. All right, our last section of the day is always the website of the day. And today I just Googled all about me websites for kids. And what I came up with was childfun.com. If you go to their menu and click on the part that says people, you'll notice the very first thing that comes up is all about me crafts. Some of them are similar to some of the crafts we've done here today and some of the talks we've had here today. But there's some really interesting crafts there. And I'm going to say that the childfun.com looks like it has a lot of sections you and your kids might enjoy. So make sure you go back and check this one again and again under the different sections in the menu. Beyond All About Me, there seemed like there was a lot of good arts and crafts and good fun for preschoolers. That's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow. You guys have a wonderful Monday. Bye-bye.